Welcome back, YouTube. Titan Fragrances here, bringing you my top 6 springtime fragrances designer. Okay, if it's your first time stumbling upon this channel, welcome out. This is where I discuss my fragrance journey, discuss designer, niche, independent, anything fragrance related, even some men and of course some women sometimes. Just trying to help you out, like many of the other channels that help me out, hopefully in your progress of what you're trying, what you're getting. And I'm down here in the Gulf Coast, so just to give you a little synopsis of what weather conditions, because I do feel weather dictates a little bit on what you're going to wear. Now, if you're in climate control, hey, wear whatever you like. But typically, if you're going to be in and out, outside, things like that, I do think that seasonal fragrances do happen, and I think they do have their place. That being said, springtime for us down here, 80% of the time down here, it's hot, humid, muggy. All those guys out there that live in the Gulf Coast region or in any region like it understand what we're talking about. Those that live up north have a little bit more cooler, more distinguishing seasons, maybe a little different. So this one, I'm not making a very long list. I want to get right to it. But a big thing I like to do is send a shout out to another fragrance reviewer out there so you can check them out if you haven't. And that way you get the most different opinions, and that way you can make the best choices. I'm all for supporting all those around me, whether they're a bigger channel, littler channel, it don't matter. But right now, I want to showcase right here. I'm going to send 504 Man's Fragrance Review. Scott over there, he's a phenomenal guy, active in Facebook and in YouTube. So he's got a lot of great content. He just surpassed that 500 mark, where I'm like right there by this video. Hopefully I got that one extra. I was at $4.99 last I checked. So, like I said, if you like this kind of content, I will definitely enjoy your support. Hit the bell so you get notifications on when I upload more videos. And then, of course, like, and most importantly, comment if you like, see anything that you like, anything you'd like me to discuss, anything on your mind fragrance related. I'd be glad to hear from you. I try to get to everybody if I can. So let's get started. I'm going to have an honorable mention. The reason this is an honorable mention, because it is a clone house for the most part. It's a hybrid type of a scent. It's Armand Le Parfait, I'm sorry. And so that one is Green Irish Tweed and Aventus. Now, it is perfect for this time of year. Whew, man, it is, you get a very brightness. You get the Green Irish Tweed type of vibe, that Aventus-y feel. Now, these are more clones of a mashup of the clones, Club de Nuit Intense, I think, and it's Très Nuit, their takes on the Creed fragrances. But the reason I made it as a because it's not a standalone fragrance, so that's why I made it just an honorable mention. Really is a nice presentation, nice bottle. It is synthetic, of course, but it is on the cheap. So you can definitely wear this, sport it out, really clean. Doesn't last overly long, 4 or 5 hours or so, then it's really dying down. But really inexpensive. Check it out. Something to try. Now, I made the list also, so it kind of has things that maybe aren't on everybody's list. A lot of guys putting out spring lists, and that's cool. I just want to give you my take. So I'm trying to hit on stuff that would be good. Like for us, it's like the Powerball as far as temperatures with us. One day it can be 30s. The next day it's in the 70s, almost 80 degrees. So you get a really great swing in temperatures. Like those out here in the greater Houston area can totally attest to that. Those guys all up in the Gulf Coast can attest. It is a toss-up. They always say, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute, it's going to change. So let me go into number 6. I'm going to go with St. Kitts, Tommy Bahama. The big one, St. Bart's, gets all the love. I do think this one is definitely worthy of this time of year. It's slightly fruity. It is going to be a little sea salty. It has some star fruit. So this kind of ties into, I think, Versace Mano Fresh, which I have right up here. It's a very clean. It's this one's a little bit more like I said, fruitier. So I think it comes off more vacation-y. But for the times that you want to brighten up your day, this definitely can do it. I think it's a gem. It's probably $19 at the rack stores, so you can really find it on the cheap. Really a great ad. Bottle looks great on any collection. But I know the hype is on St. Bart's, but St. Kitts is pretty good. Okay, my number 5. Okay, is a Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc, I think, and everyone thinks individual, whatnot. But I really am digging this little beauty right here. Star Walker, right? This one right here, bergamot, bamboo, mids like sandalwood and cedar. It's got a ton of notes, of course. It's clean, it's fresh, which Mont Blanc does, clean and fresh. You know, individual it's a lot of hype. This is also very inexpensive, but it is one of those that's not uber loud, so really office scent. The bamboo really comes off pretty nicely on this, so it is a little more on the unique side, not just a blue fragrance or just all around freshy, but it does have a little bit of character. It is something that can be worn, I think, any occasion, especially with the temperature fluctuations like it is. But I definitely want you to try out Star Walker. Like I said, another inexpensive one, probably in the $25, $30 range at most on Fragrance Net or one of those discounters. Now let's move on to something a little bit, maybe a little bit more rich depth. These are all, I try to make them very economical, so there can be any high-end stuff. I didn't bring out all the power hitters or whatever like that. So Bentley Momentum Intense, okay? Now, y'all hear about this one? This one is definitely has that CH Men similarity, and I do get that. It's kind of a sweet, grassy kind of a feel. I don't know, I can't recall the note breakdown. I'm just trying to give you what it is. It's not gourmandy sweet. It just has a sweetness to it. Almost a grassy feel, like fresh grass, I guess you could call it. Kind of like what CH Men is supposed to smell like. I had a decant of it, a little sample, so I can kind of say they are very similar. I think, again, another inexpensive one on any of the discount websites. I would definitely not go pay full retail on something like this. Go to the discounters, Fragrance Net, so forth. I want to say it's probably about the $25, $30 range as well. Gorgeous scent. It's definitely something you can diversify with the springtime. Again, with the fluctuations, this is going to be a little deeper for the little colder days. I wouldn't probably wear it on the high heat days, the 70s and 80 type days for that we get, but I would probably go with those that are, you know, in the 40s type of time. Really good all around smelling fragrance. So now I'm gonna go throwback. Although this one just came out, I believe, last year. I'm gonna go with, but I am old school. Or Eternity EDP. Probably sitting more along the $50 range. If we go to discounters, don't go full retail on this. But something like this sprayer. Oh man, it's bright, it's woodsy. I mean, everything that I think it's a little bit classic, although modernized with what they've kind of EDP'd it, made it a little stronger than the now version of the EDT. It's really watered down. But this one right here, I think, is a great retro feel, but it is still prevalent. It's still modern. I would definitely still wear this, and it really, really does what it needs to do. Lasting power is not uber great. You know, 5 hours I get, maybe pushing 6. I spray on the clothes heavy, but like I said, it is really nice scent. It is a throwback from the 90s, I want to say. But I really, really am enjoying it. So of course, I'm from that time. I remember it well, so that's why I definitely had to include the EDP, not the EDT, the EDP. All right, now this one right here, my number 2, is gonna be Mercedes-Benz cologne. This one is a little bit harder to find, but springtime, when it's gonna be a little bit of a warm day, this thing right here is just, I think it performs better than what Dior own cologne. This is like iced lemonade for sure. Man, it is just for those warmer, brighter days, or if it's just a gloomy day and you want to brighten your day up, man, just go ahead and get yourself some of that, and you're going to be, man, it's going to brighten you up. I think it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous scent. It's very simplistic. It's very linear, but man, it does what it's supposed to do. If you can find it, it's a gem to find. Get it. It's still probably cheaper than Dior own cologne, and it's going to perform better, but definitely Mercedes-Benz cologne, my number 2. Now, an old school classic. This thing's probably from, I want to say 2004, but I still think it's very good. It can still be worn today, but Chanel Allure Homme Sport. Okay. Now, everyone talks about the Eau Extreme, and yes, I do believe that's a little bit richer, a little darker with the added, darkness, and that one more so for, it is versatile, and this one is even more versatile. I think. Well, this one may not be as good in the wintertime, but it's still versatile for spring, summertime, because this is going to be very fresh. It's going to be a little sweet with that tonka, the vanilla amber that's also in there. When it opens up, the sprayers are great on these, man, a ton of juice. Man, I think it's a classic. I think it is pretty timeless because it is one of those true to sport type of fragrance. It took the Allure Homme, did a sport edition of it, and I think it really rocks. I think it's a solid one. Everyone talks about the Eau Extreme. I think this one for spring and summertime, boom, yes. The Eau Extreme, I go more for fall and wintertime, but the Allure Homme Sport, definitely a must check out. Definitely add it to there. Like I said, I hope this helps. I hope that everything that I've discussed does help you guys out looking for springtime. Really, like I said, we don't have but a very short stint of time on spring, and then it's going to be boom. We're in 100+ degrees, and it's going to be summertime, and we'll be rocking those. But stay tuned. I will have more of an indie niche version of these because I do have some that I think are very versatile for the type of temperatures and stuff. And I do have a lot more stuff coming on. So I hope to join you the next time. Y'all have a very blessed night.